There's so much available. They're just going to go.
Oh, it's the wall up. I've been waiting for something like this. Paper X, there's never just a clean game of danger. Now he's got to run away, but something is there with a Vandal. Gen.G, and Meteor, they were so good on map 2, but they isolated to the 1v1s, and something swings out for the second. Nor any of the amazing ultimates on the side of Gen.G. Nightfall gets used. 2 members will dash out, but something gets ahead of it. Doesn't need audio when he's up in the air, and it's going to be the showstopper. You lost a Bulldog and a Guardian, right? Bought triple Guardians there to try to really snowball things forward as both teams trying to have a bit of a skirmish to control Rubber. It's going to be a late delay from Gen.G. We've seen a lot of teams adjusting to this. It's going to be a high-low from Karen as well, off of all the util masking the sound. And that is Rubble taken over. No weapons dropped on the side of Gen.G. Just said upgrades coming through, but Forsaken, we've seen him lurk through so early once again from Baby Door. It's gonna be a triple. Can he get yet another ace? He seems to do it every time here on Lotus.
Texture able to upgrade. The gun cannot win the duel against Devi, though.
And it's just Meteor, who doesn't actually have a weapon either, so he'll have to go for whatever damage he can get, trying to isolate the 1v1s. He gets one. Oh, I thought he might be able to get 2. Of course, the spike's still ticking down. It's going to be the round win.
Paper X doesn't want to mess with this right now. They're going to wait things out, spread the map a bit.
Tries to reposition on a timing there, and something will get the peak. I mean, Munchkin recognizing that he didn't really have an exit to reinforce your B site, and that's just going to leave something here as a distraction on the side of Paper X. They'll even open the door to make sure that backup does not arrive onto the C site. Meteor, can he hold on to this alone? But it's going to be a perfect paranoia, and he's been surrounded. He's just trying to stay alive, but it's too many members, and now the flood of Gen.G that used to be so perfect has been broken apart into just a couple drops. Yeah, it looks like Gen.G, they just want to make sure that they're able to pick up a couple more weapons before they go in, and look at that, a triple peak, high-low crouch as well, but now it's back to a double from the side of Paper X. They're not letting this go yet. Mind Freak will spray down the remaining members, and Texture all alone with a Sheriff, can't make the magic happen this time. Meteor cannot combat this. He doesn't have much to work with, all his util already taken down, but it's Charon here for backup. Munchkin as well, opening the door. They actually get fired back upon. Mind Freak is just continuing the spree as he takes one down, and that opens up a timing here for Paper X to enter the site. Meteor, can he hold on to it? No, the flash is too good. The paint shells will keep him tied up, and the showstopper will make sure no one else from Gen.G can approach as Charon eventually gets taken down from the lurk of Forsaken as well.
Forsaken didn't have his gun out. Now they're going to overstack C, kind of expecting that this has been where Paper X feels like they have a good read onto Meteor and his positionings.
Yeah, but backup all arrived, right? And this is even with that snake bite to try to bait them out away from A site. It's going to be Texture who's trying to make sure he blocks him up, but he's a little too scared to fire the first shot. Wants to line him up, and that gives time for Jing to turn around for a double. Uncharacteristic of the star duelist of Gen.G to hesitate on the trigger. He knows that this door is open for a reason, and now the execute on through the revolving door is going to happen. Wow. Jing sends it, uses the showstopper as an extra boost to move forward, dodge all the bullets, and the site has just been broken open. So we do see a bit of a trade near Baby Door, but something is the guard. Can you get through him?
No idea.
The barrel. No idea. Lakia still hidden right by it. They sniffed something, but not how close enough it was. Now the retake. Gen.G, 3 members ready for the flood. Lakia just trying to draw a lot of aggro towards that Baby Door side, draw them out into the open. Mind Freak going for a bit of a Hail Mary with the from the shadows. Meteor going to stabilize the shot first, but now the pinch. Gen.G, they hear his shots, and it's going to be a peek out from Texture, but he gets taken down. Mind Freak still going for it, half already done by Munchkin. The defuse, they just want to try to stick it, but the spam's coming through, it's ticking down. You have to stick it now, and he's pinpoint on for the headshot, and Devi will clean it up. The last couple of rounds of the first half, Paper X still leading 6-4. Something dashes ahead of Rubble, takes all this space, and he's ready for it as well. Sees the tag, sees Lakia getting hit right through the Toxic screen. No idea what hit him. And now 2 members of Gen.G still on the A side, but a lot of risk. Tries to take the shot, but he's a little too late. Only hits the Trailblazer, and another swing out, but Texture good for another. Oh, that's going to be the double blast pack. Completely draws the crosshair away, and Paper X seems to have good control of this A site once again. Nor any of the amazing ultimates on the side of Gen.G. Nightfall gets used. 2 members will dash out, but something gets ahead of it. Doesn't need audio when he's up in the air, and it's going to be the showstopper trying to keep the rest of Paper X at bay, but Jing jumping forward gets a lot more kills, and now just Meteor left alive. Picks up the operator. He's always been good for 1, but can he be good for 3? Not even a single kill. as it will be an 8-4 half.
Right at the front of B.
And they'll run into each other right away. The guiding light, it is going to be antied, and there's a paranoia. Counter paranoia as well. Do they recognize where it came from? No, they're going to spot Mindfreak a little too late, and their crosshair is shaken up by the boombot as well. Double kill for Jing. The answer back from the door from something as well. The backup is there for Paper X. Now at 3.
And just going to keep right at their heels, right behind them. Now Lakia is watching it. Is he going to be able to get it? Nope, that's spiked down too.
Not quick enough, and Munchkin, he's afraid of the flanks now, recognizing that they're pushing him from behind. You got to be afraid of where's Forsaken coming from, because surely it's going to be a pinch and a wide swing. Something's been loving those. Wait, we've been seeing the outlaw a lot from Jing. He misses the first, he misses the second. He's in a bit of danger now. He's got to run away, but something is there with a Vandal. Gen.G, you did not account for this one. The H-shells will knock Jing out, as Jing wanted to greed for another off with a reload, but now back up arrived from Devi. Gen.G, all their eyes set on something. He's trying to draw aggro, but it's going to be Meteor who's just checking. There's the jump peek, but it's going to be Devi who swings out first. And now just trying to spray down the close members. The classic comes into play as well. And Devi doesn't need the Paper X.
Viper's been in the lockdown, so a lot of counter utility play. Gen.G this time going to be taking mountain control with a TP in the back.
Paranoia out, but he's not going to land the shot. Devi will stop it, and that should stop the advance from Paper X entirely, as Jing will slow things down just enough for something. He's thinking about peeking out of this revolving door. Off of the guiding light as well. The team comms are right back in form. Forsaken, does he look for a timing? He creeps in. He hears the Cypher cage, but that's just bait from Munchkin. The absolute 200 IQ play baits out the Cypher. Jing trades for something, but they've already lost quite a few. Devi trying to clear the site. Spike still not planted. The showstopper will have to be used by Texture to make sure they have enough time. 3v2, not quite just yet. Drop going to be filled up by Jing. It's going to be a pinch from Paper X. Mindfreak's creeping up, but the barrel shows as Lakia turns his head. Texture gets the kill onto Jing, and Mindfreak knows he has to get it, but not in time. And the IGL of Gen.G will close out an insane. Gen.G, they're going to push forward. The Dizzy tags him as well. They're ready for belt push, but Texture not able to get the kill just yet. So down to 4 members, 4 rifles for Gen.G. A dash in, but something, he's been surrounded. Lakia tries to push him, but something's just waiting for that opportunity. And that allows the rest of Paper X to try to swarm the site. Munchkin and Meteor holding true in the back of sight, trying to isolate the 1v1s, but they can't get it, and the no command will just go down at the back. Charon not able to res as Munchkin eventually gets taken out. A 3v1. Charon, the rookie star, quiet in the first map. Can he find an opening in the second? Gets pinged, uses that against him, isolates one. Ready for another, goes for the repeat, but can't find Forsaken, already waiting wide away.
It's been very chaotic so far. Obviously, we haven't seen Icebox from Paper X in quite some time. This push out Forsaken, good for one, and out we go. Munchkin is nuts. How is he always so good with these guns? He's one taps.
Especially on Icebox as well, right? There's something about him. Turns that switch on. Tries to stabilize a 4v4. Texture will recover that weapon now, and that could be the deal breaker, but no, Jing just shuts down right away. And Gen.G, despite having a 3-1 lead, of course the econ very low. Munchkin gets the kill from afar as we see extra damage coming in from Charon with the right click. Try to bank up some econ once again. He's ready for it, sees the leg, and he will swing right back, trying to clear both corners at the same time. That might be the opening they needed. Charon eventually goes down. Munchkin, does he get the call that someone's close? Might have caught a glimpse of him, and he's going to get 4 on for the ace, but he needs to defuse the spike as well. Not sure about the position, waiting for Devi, who's oftentimes lurking, but not going to find him just yet. Devi will tease him with the timer. Munchkin just wants to take away the weapons one last time.
Just going to be holding that angle. Actually, he's going to try to push it.
Oh no, so the dangerous.
Flash. Oh, okay.
Okay, and he baits out the weapon sound as well. So gets the information he wants. Meanwhile, Mindfreak was already all the way up tube. Meteor takes a bit of a hit. Devi there. They didn't quite suspect 2 members in mid already. Munchkin wanted to get him on the exit. And that gives Paper X the idea to try to push back up. Meteor's wise to it though. Dwindles down the numbers, and Mindfreak now another curveball going under tube.
So you're a real big piece of this puzzle.
Well,
never mind.
You say that, the caster Chris strikes, and he'll go down without much of a fight. And Paper X now have control of this site, but Meteor trying to defend his own lockdown with his life. Can anyone get here to make sure that it's going to be Paper X trapped into this? Texture will clear the enemies, but something pushes out just in time. Kitchen taken over by Devi. And Texture, it's too many angles for him to try to clear with an operator, but he's still going to go for it. Already posted up in Snowman. Doesn't catch something up top. Doesn't catch anybody else up top either, and Divide will swing out on a time for headshots. This is all really, once again, a trap play, and we've seen Gen.G rely on this every now and then if they wanted to throw a curveball. They're actually just going to try to swing out. They don't want to let Paper X approach. They know Paper X would check the corners, but they won't find the kills. And it's an attempt from Gen.G, but it's going to fall flat as there is the aggro drawn by something. Great teamwork from Paper X. Wall goes up, spike goes down.
Hoping that maybe Jing is going to go up the rope.
Oh, get a freebie. Restraint from Paper X. A rare breed indeed. Oh my gosh. Attempted the 3K.
Turned the tables. Last time it was the defenders who were able to get this, but it's a much faster retake attempt here. Paper X already finding one. Munchkin down, the trade from Mindfreak as well.
Yeah, the flank coming in very fast. Gen.G wasn't quite ready for that. They were peeking out, but it seems that they were a little bit caught off guard. But a good angle from Texture. He'll still alive with 27 HP. See if that's the deal breaker as Charon swinging around. He finds one. Lakia's going to pick up the kill. Goes for the trade there. And Jing, everyone solo. Mindfreak's actually going to pick up the headshots onto two. Lakia and Charon goes down. Texture still at 27 HP. Divide at 89.
Oh
he gets spotted up top. Texture, hear the drop, but he can't land the headshot as there's a slight ramp down as well. Flash drives at the ready, so is the frag when the toxic screen comes down. They were waiting for this moment. Divide picks off one, and Gen.G, they might have to reconsider things as Wingman will go in for the plant. But is that just enough? No, Lakia can't get the spray down through the toxic screen. Something will pick off the kill. Now Nano Swarms at the ready, but Paper X, they're ready to push things out. Going to be the Cloudburst, try to draw in a reaction. There's the Sage Wall, they have to break that quickly, but the swing of the wide swing, something, once again, the crosshair magnet works its magic, and that's all the time Forsaken needs for the defuse. Paper X answer right back. Just going to be a set execute, but an immediate clearance of all the utility makes him think twice about this one. The paranoia to allow Texture to dive in with the Shrouded Step. He's already under, but he gets spotted. The slow arm keeps him tied up. He will go for the trade for Forsaken with a quick double, and another from Divide and Jing each.
Want to start thinking more about this B site, more about using some of their utility to clear these angles. Ooh. See if they can get a plant down. Divide does find one towards mid. A lurking meteor accounted for.
Yeah, Lakia took a hit through his own Dizzy as well. Forsaken still holding on. Wasn't quite ready for Texture to swing out, but he will get out safely. Jing finds the lurking Munchkin. Paper X starting to get a pulse onto the opponents and their abilities to rotate and lurk.
Well, they're just trying to dodge all that fire, but eventually Jing is going to find him. Lakia down, only on Texture. Did pick up a Phantom in the midst of all of this, but with 61 HP. Not looking ideal, and it turns just at the last second. Mindfreak finally get into a buy round. There's so much available. They're just going to go.
Oh, it's the wall love. I've been waiting for something like this. Paper X, there's never just a clean game of Sage. It's always something tricky, and it's just a push out across the entire map. This Gen.G just dropped like flies all near their spawn, never able to leave home. Not going to have too many options.
Yeah, they're trying to get to the corner so they can get the Viper's pin down.
The Shrouded Step gets spotted before the flash. A bit of a mismatch. This is not something we used to see from Gen.G in the beginning of the year. But now with the Omen in the mix, they haven't quite cleaned up the timings just yet. And Paper X will punish that mistake like there's no tomorrow. Wingman trying to get the tag, but it's just way too many members. Lakia will do his best something impersonation, but it doesn't end with a kill. As we see Meteor, last one alive, not able to land it onto Jing.
Polish that is lacking. Oh my god.
Yeah, something just looking for an early pick. Now, Paper X, they should be wary of this. They've already pushed him out of B with the 0 point. Something won't quite finish a kill here. Charon down to 5 HP. As Gen.G, they will still relentlessly try to go forward with this. Wingman getting spammed through the wall. He cannot finish the plan. The lockdown already committed from Gen.G, but Paper X has slowed down the onslaught. And Gen.G, they will have to recover the spike and still battle through this retake, along with a lockdown, a potential no command, everything in the arsenal of Paper X, and it's going to be the classic aggro draw as Forsaken gets the trade, swings out for a third, and he goes for a fourth, and that is Paper X taking over the lead for the first time here on Icebox.
Haven't seen one here with all this extra money, but you don't need it when you're that good.
Yeah, might have even heard that one. Texture trying to scout it out, but something just too good on the swing. And now the flash used from Forsaken to try to put extra pressure onto Garage. Gen.G has to keep clearing all of that. Meteor tries to take it upon himself to open the map a bit further in mid, but it's not there, so they continue pushing. Green, something still here. Best chance that Gen.G has had. The drop, the quite check for Lakia, looking for another. Can he get a second? No, and it's going to be Jing and Forsaken. The duo to disrupt any type of plant. The null command coming out, but it's not going to be catching the Killjoy just yet. Forsaken takes down the KO, and Mindfreak just trying to drag this fight out as long as possible. A wide swing from Texture, but Jing gets yet another kill. It's going to be the long-range hold from something, and now it's all down to Texture as Jing takes him down. Over short entirely, however, Paper Rex will be positioned for a potential TP as well. The teleporter, they're thinking about it. They're actually just going to jump right on in as you hear the guiding lights coming out onto A site. No fear, clearing out showers, and suddenly the position's very good for Paper X. They will take a big hit from something. The high Dizzy along with the Trailblazer. It's just their own 2 comp right now, and that draws all the aggro as Mindfreak's able to sneak out from his own smoke. He's now just holding Heaven. They know that people are missing. He's just trying to buy time as everyone's missing their right clicks, but Munchkin will finally land the shot. Something trying to hold on to the site, and of course, eventually... Hookah, the only place that's missing. Devi just going for a spray off of the drop. Knows that they have to be somewhere near the smoke. He'll wait for a little backup. It's just going to reset onto the headshot against Texture. The spike will get planted, but it's going to be Forsaken who just puts up the cove, waits for them to flood it. And the Stinger good for 2. Meteor not having his Sheriff out just in time. It's going to be a flawless for Paper X. Now Gen.G, they're going to wait for that high tide. Oh, and Devi's just waiting for it. Sights trained, gets Lakia off the rip. Texture not going to get tagged by it, but Paper X well aware that Gen.G has not moved an inch. Just cutting audio. Texture now been spotted. He has to pick up the tempo. The rest of the team has to come through. The Thrash is going to tag a bunch of people, and Jing's going to go for the cleanup as Texture just has to hide himself in hopes that he can recover the round. But will they get the clear? It has to be a double swing. Munchkin and Meteor, they were so good on map 2, but they isolated to the 1v1s, and something swings out for the second. Munchkin and Meteor shut down. Thrash used to continue pushing out, and now they all group up. They don't want to let the fights get into the advantage of Gen.G. The TP as well, as they look to protect the spike, run down the clock. Lakia, a nice peek out against the operator, but still so many more to go. Mindfreak's position unknown to Gen.G. as he creeps on the rotate.
I'm expecting Jing to blast out of here at some point just to try to deal with it, but he's going to hold the position on top of the box.
He's not spotted. Finally, they get an inkling of where he's at. They did pick up the spike, but they all run in. And Texture barely getting away with his life, but he's got 20 seconds. And Jing somehow.
Ultimate in the bag. Trying to play a little bit of defense here for Paper X. Have the Seekers as well.
Oh, the Bosch timing's very good. Forces him to have to clear it out from afar, and Devi will get one. Something, he's stuck behind the box. Can he stay alive? Just trying to land it, and there it's going to be a kill onto Jing from Kara, but Mindfreak's already way past as he goes for a triple. Filing out from TP.
Isn't overcommitting, trying to take a trade. They're waiting this out. Now there is a spam, and somehow Forsaken gets one.
Oh, and the code to keep himself alive as well. He repositions. They would have to push it if they want to clear, but Karon waits patiently from afar. Gets the one-to-one trade. The Seekers now coming out from Paper X, leading them back into the site, and there is the Orbital Strike, does quite a bit of damage. Something all on his lonesome. It's going to be a 2v1, but how does he stay alive in all of this? Picks up a kill as well. The chaos where Paper X was born carries him through, keeps the pit at bay. Now the Orbital Strike from the other side as well. Karon just trying to buy time, but something, he's already entered the pit. Munchkin has to be aware of this, and something snaps on. Already down to 1 HP from the decay, and it's all up to Karon, and he cannot get there in time. 7 in a row for Paper X.
Of the game that they actually have is just incredible.
Jing peeks out right as the Poison Cloud lands. As an advantage for Paper X. Now audio cut, and Karon will use that advantage to get the angle he wants against Jing, but they haven't quite cleared something from atop the box. And it's going to be Forsaken again with another kill. Meteor with the trade. Something spotted. Karon swings back out, regaining some of that confidence that we saw from the rookie. Over at Madrid, over during kickoff.
1 enemy
2v2, Mindfreak. puts Kieran back in his place, and Meteor will swing around, but he can't land the shot. And the whiffs are starting to come in from Gen.G as they are getting shaken up. The smoke's coming out from Brimstone just to buy time. This is just to allow them to make sure they regroup, but Devi somehow gets to spam through the wall, gets the kill onto the sky. The showstopper won't find him just yet. And now, Gen forces him away from backside. Gen.G, they're not quite sure where to hold for post-plant. And there's a guiding light. It draws their crossers away for the anti and for taking swings with it. There's a high tide. Now all down to Kieran to try to hold on into the site as his teammates are busy with the flanks. Kieran gets one. Meanwhile, the Dizzy pushes Meteor away. Munchkin with a trade, but he goes down. Meteor holding on, but Forsaken's there. And Paper X string together yet another for 9 on the board.
They're able to get into a much more comfortable post-plant. Look at him trying to hide from Mind Freak. Not sure if he got spotted or not.
He still gets one. That's the best that Gen.G could have hoped for. So now a 1-for-1 trade. You heard all the TPs. Gen.G, what's the plan here? They're trying to push the defender spawn, but the spike is already dropped by Lakia. He's caught unawares away from his teammates. There's the flash towards backside, and the showstopper will be the one to secure the kill. Texture noted as well. He's tied up now in a crossfire between 4 members of Paper X, and Jing grunts the crosshairs, gets the kill himself, and the judge will not do anything. Some snap decisions. The camera no longer giving them free control of showers. Munchkin fills it. Forsaken goes for a swing, and he actually wins the duel out. And that's the cue for Paper X to start pushing in. A long-range kill onto Heaven on Meteor as well. Texture, he's caught right in the middle of the site. He has to make sure that he clears his angles, but he can't. Lamb's already taken over. As the cue for Texture to fire off once again. So all these smokes on the side of Gen.G doing their job. Dizzy taken down, tries to clear the wingman. He actually gets it, goes for the blast back, stays alive. That means so much, but eventually he gets wrapped around. Now the orbital strike with the pop flash comes in, something able to stabilize his aim before the cyber cage comes up. Lakia's here for backup. Now a 3v3, but weapons upgraded for Paper X. Spike will go down. Something spots the side of Munchkin on that jiggle. Munchkin as well goes for the check, but it's the spray down from Jing and Mind Freak. And now the IGL of Gen.G all alone gets one, but can't get the second. Mind Freak with another triple kill.
Might have cost him the round.
Going to be that Odin coming out just to pressure Gen.G. Sure, a quick swing out, but not going to be able to pick up that weapon upgrade just yet. And that Odin is just mowing down Gen.G. Devi letting them know that they will not push out. Would have to be a 180 flick of his lifetime to get this. He finds one, trying to spray down, but too much time. Forsaken swings out, and Paper X answer back.